everyone, and a very warm welcome back to the channel, and also a huge welcome if you're new here today. Okay, in today's quick energy reading, I was getting someone that you're connected with who doesn't want to give up on this connection. They want to bring something out into the open. It's something they took a chance on, something they took a gamble on, that they want to talk to you about. They want to tell you some truth about something. I'm getting. It might come as a bit of a shock to start with, but I do feel that eventually discussing whatever this is will actually help you heal the process. You will have to excuse me because I have had a really bad cold and I keep coughing everywhere. But that's what I've been getting today. But they're kind of trying to scratch in their heads really as to how they're going to do this. You know, they're just not sure how they're going to make amends with you. So that's what I'm going to look into today. But before I start though, if you would like a personal read, if you just go to the description box underneath the title, or click on the title if you're on a cell phone, and all the information is on my website. The link's in the description box. And I have also got a free relationship report for you. So if you'd like to check that out, that's also in the description box. Okay then, well, let's have a look. So we've got someone, like I said, who wants to bring something out into the open. I feel this will be a public meeting, even a social. You might just meet up for a drink, you might meet for coffee, but it will be somewhere in public. I don't feel it will be at your respective properties or wherever you are now. I think it will be in almost sort of a just somewhere public, like I said, a coffee shop or somewhere. And eventually this will have a positive effect on your relationship. They know they've taken a gamble on something they shouldn't have done. They also know that at times they were almost quite flaky, that they were too happy-go-lucky. They didn't take their responsibilities seriously, but something is going to be brought out into the open. So let's just see if we can find out what this is about. Thank you. Right, okay. Yeah, I think what they're feeling now, and this is what I was getting, a positive, eventually it will bring a positive outcome for you. They're realising now that the challenges that you had in the relationship, that they didn't take them seriously enough. They, for some of you, they would just cut and run. They would just think, no, I can't deal with this, I'm not doing it. This is far too difficult for me. But I think they've realised now that with some work, that you will be able to overcome these challenges together. That's what I'm getting, and I think this is what they want to talk about. And I think what's going to come out into the open, part of it is that they have almost been on a spiritual journey. And by that I mean they might not, have had a spiritual awakening, but I think they've learned a lot about themselves during this process. I think they've realised that the grass isn't always greener, and they didn't always give you the support that you needed when you needed it. They also realise that they have, and that's what I was getting earlier, a bit flaky, a bit happy-go-lucky, temptation. They have been easily tempted. They've just bounced to the next thing that looks, sweet and delicious, basically, because they just didn't want to put the hard work in. They found challenges difficult. They found day-to-day life, I think, for some of them was difficult. And they've realised, I think, now that they should have thought more carefully about the situation. It's like they just didn't think. They just didn't think. And I just feel very strongly they know they've let you down. They know they've let you down. But they are sort of scratching their head as to how they are going to word this with you, because I feel for some of you there could have been communication that started off okay but then fizzled out, or you might have thought you were getting somewhere, then it ground to a halt. And I feel your person now is wondering how they're going to actually come forward and tell you that I feel they've realised that they've been too easily led. They've been too easily led. Yeah, they want to rekindle. They want to rekindle this relationship. They feel that you can overcome the challenges. And I think this is what the spiritual awakening meant for them. They feel that the challenges you had can be overcome. They almost found your relationship to be almost magical. They did love being with you, and they had a lot of fun and a lot of happy times with you. And they realised that, you know, that with a bit of work and some honest discussions, that there is a chance that this relationship could get back on track. Yeah. This person, I think, is quite an intense person. They can have a lot of highs and lows. And I think the problem is sometimes when they get a little bit bored or things get too difficult, they go looking for the next high. For some people, this could even be addiction. You know, they don't always want to face the reality of the bills dropping through the letterbox every day, or, you know, the children need this, or, you know, you've got to do these things and do those things. And I think at times for some, I feel they could even have sort of mood swings where, you know, they were quite happy at times, but then they were really, really quite low. But I think this is what they've been realising about themselves. I feel that that's what this meeting is. Like I say, it'll be in a public place that they want to have with you. It's almost like they've had a light bulb moment, or they've been having light bulb moments over the last few weeks, few months, however long it's been, that they have a tendency just to hit and run when life gets difficult. But they have still a very intense connection to you. They have a very, very intense connection to you. Let's just see what else we've got. Love, yeah. Love conquers all. They feel that you can rebuild this. They feel that, you know, that this relationship can be rebuilt, and that with some hard work, and I feel very strongly, whoever this is for, like I always say, it's a general read, so take what resonates. But they feel that this is a true soul connection. That's what they've been feeling, almost like I said, a spiritual awakening. They know they've been easily tempted before in the past and done things they shouldn't have done, but they want to rekindle this relationship. And I think some of the stuff they're actually going to say to you, like I said earlier, might come as a shock to start with. But that flew out. Twin flames, yeah. Yeah, this I feel is a twin flame connection. Whoever this is for, you are going to at some point be drawn back with each other. And the other card that flipped out with that is the stability card. So yeah, they're willing, I feel, to overcome some challenges. They're willing to do the work. They want to bring some permanence back in. They want to bring some permanence back in. But what I think they're going to say to you, I think probably part of it will shock you because of their honesty. I think they're actually going to open up. They're actually going to shine a light almost on what's been going on here. They're going to drop their ego. They know they've been selfish. They know they've been selfish and they've been quite egotistical. And at times it's just been all about them. But I do feel they're going to start bearing their soul almost. Yeah, they like you as well, which is great. You know, that's a nice card to have because, you know, you always need, I think in any long-term relationship, in the end you have to be friends. You know, I think once the excitement has worn off and you are faced with the day-to-day reality of life, yeah, you know, the day-to-day reality of life, I think underneath all of that, you do need a good friendship. And I got for some of you that your person has gone somewhere else where it was all exciting and different, and that was great, but they haven't got that deep friendship that they have with you. They haven't got that deep friendship that they have with you. Can we just have a little bit more, please? I just want to see a bit more for you on what they might be bringing out into the open. What they actually might be bringing out into the open. But it's definitely twin flame. They definitely love you. It's a very intense connection. And I feel they're willing to work on the challenges. They're willing to work on the challenges. They have definitely had some epiphanies with regard to your connection of late. So let's just see what this thing is they might want to bring out into the open, please. Yeah. There's karmic lessons in this relationship. And I think what they want to bring out into the open is, okay, this is a general read, so it could be toxicity. They could have exhibited toxic behaviour. They could have done the, soothe and harm you thing where they're nice to you 1 minute and then they give you the silent treatment the next, and then they're nice to you. Or they could have had some addictions, or they could just be a total player. But they have learnt some real lessons, and they're still learning them in this separation. They're still learning them, because I feel wherever they've gone, it's not easy for them. It's almost like wherever they've gone, someone else there is exhibiting the same behaviour that they did with you. It's like they're looking in a mirror and they're not liking it. And that is what they're going to bring out into the open. They're going to discuss their past behaviour and how they'd like to work on that. Friendship, yeah. Friendship. They like you. Well, I say wherever they are now, I don't feel it's a particularly... The true friendship isn't there. With soulmates, usually, they have... Underneath it all, there's a friendship. Nothing in life goes smooth. And without that underlying friendship bond, it's difficult to maintain a healthy relationship. And they've realised that now. They haven't just lost your love and your support, they've lost their best friend. That's what I feel. Somebody here feels they've lost their best friend. It's actually giving me the shivers, this is. Let's have another one about what they'd like to bring out into the open, please. Yeah, they're heartbroken. They know they're heartbroken, but they know they've broken your heart. They know they've trampled over you, basically. And they've left you absolutely heartbroken. Everything that you thought you had with this person was stripped bare. You felt left out, you felt exposed, you felt vulnerable. And that's what they're coming in to say. That's what they're coming in to say. Page of Pentacles is the unknown here. So that ties in with what I was feeling earlier, that it will be slow. By that I mean they are starting to open up, and eventually this will be positive. This will be a positive outcome. They're going to start, when they meet you, start telling you, possibly things about their past as well and their triggers, but also very slowly this relationship will rebuild the stability that it had. And for some of you also, they feel very guilty about their money management issues. I think some of them were quite either obsessed with money or obsessed with your money. But they haven't wasted a lot of money, but they became obsessed with something. But they are going to definitely bring some stability back in. Slowly. It's a Pentacles card. It's not a fast energy. Let's see what else they want to bring out into the open, please. Ooh, I'm going to clarify that, the Tower. That's it. That's the surprise. Yeah. What they're going to tell you is going to come as a surprise. I think it's going to, blow everything that maybe you thought had happened or why they'd done something apart. And I feel this has got to do a lot to do with their deepest, darkest secrets that they're going to start talking about. I think they're going to start talking about it. I think now they feel they've got nothing to lose. They feel they've got nothing to lose. I don't think you'll get the whole story in one go. I think, you know, your first meeting will be positive. And then I think, bit by bit, you will start to rebuild this. But it's going to come as a surprise. This is, even just the fact they contact you will probably come as a surprise. What else have we got, please? Let's just see what this tower's about. Yeah. I think there's two things here they want to talk about. They want to talk about how they betrayed you, how they left you for dead, really. I mean, you know, it's not a nice card, this, the Ten of Swords. They know they've really let you down badly, that they just left you emotionally, physically and mentally not in a very good place. And they know that their behaviour, their belief systems, the way they were carrying on, almost, it just floored you. It just floored you. And this is what they want to talk about. And that's why I feel very strongly they've been wondering, scratching their head really, because this energy, you know, Tower and the Ten of Swords is a very final energy. It's a very final energy. It's a very, you know, almost a no going back energy. It looks in the 3D like, you know, it's a no going back energy. You know, that's it, it's game over. And that is why they don't want to give up. They really don't want to give up. They know what they've done. They know how they left you. They know how they've left you feeling. And, you know, as we've said earlier, they are going to come back in and start discussing this. And I think they're very frightened as to what you will say. I think they're frightened, and quite rightly so. You know, if this is your story, that you could possibly get quite angry with this person. But I think they're going to take that on the chin, and that's what I'm feeling about this meeting. I think you will, you know, you will meet up, public place, something positive will come out of it, and then you'll have another conversation, and gradually you will start to unravel what happened here and try and make things better, because I feel that there is a very strong friendship bond here between you both, a very, very strong friendship. And I think for some of you that was the hardest part, because you thought this person was your best friend. You know, it's not always about, you know, flowers and sex and, you know, all of that stuff. Friendship as well. You know, that person when you've had a bad day at work and you can come home and you can say something, or, I don't know, say you've got an ill relative and they're there to support you. You felt this person was your friend. You really felt this person was your friend. But I think for some of you, deep down, this person hadn't healed from something in their past, and that's why they just didn't take things too seriously. They weren't serious enough. But they're serious now. They are very, very serious now. So let's just have a couple more cards. Let's see what else we've got. Past life relationship. Yeah, it's a twin flame. It's a soulmate connection. It's a connection that you still have. Well, you've known each other before, and with everything else I've got here and the energy I'm feeling, you've got unfinished business. There's unfinished business here. Yeah, they, I feel, have been clearing their energy. And I feel for them, if they've got themselves involved with somebody else, they will be releasing that person at some point. Yeah, I feel wherever they are at the moment, that especially if they're in a third-party relationship, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I think it started off with a big bang, you know, not literally, or maybe it did. Maybe that's not the right word, but it started off very sort of, you know, full on. Let's say the word full on, that's a better word. But now I think it's fizzling out. It's fizzling out because I feel wherever they are now, and this is for those who are in third-party situations, I don't feel that the groundwork's there. They haven't got the friendship. They haven't got the friendship with this person. So I just see what they'd say to you now. And then I'm just going to get some advice for you from Spirit. Let's see what Spirit wants to say. Let's get some advice card. What do they want to say to you? Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I love you unconditionally. Let's just have one more. And I want to just get some advice cards for you. Finding out the truth crushed me. So I think the truth that they found out is what a mess they've made. That's what's just coming through to me. What a mess they've made. You know, the truth of the matter is that they've lost their best friend, or they think they've lost their best friend. That's what they're feeling at the moment. They feel like they've lost their best friend. So let's just see what Spirit would like to say. Advice, please. Advice, please. Thank you. Let's just have some advice. Okay. This is a very, very strong attachment. I was saying earlier that this person could have, I don't know, addiction issues, but they're very easily tempted. So I think what Spirit's saying is, bear this in mind. You know, don't get into a codependent situation. You know, when they come back in, lay down your ground rules, what you expect, what you rightly deserve, and don't take any nonsense, basically. You know, that you mustn't let, you mustn't get sucked back into the situation that has been and still is very painful for you. Because for some of you, this person could be quite toxic. And I think that's what they've been realising, you know, during your separation, that they are toxic. But I think you're just being reminded that, you know, not to allow that toxicity back into your life, especially if you've been healing, because you don't deserve that. You know, that's not a nice energy to be in. Yeah. Make sure this person has healed. I've got the star actually, which after the devil's quite interesting. Yeah, make sure this person has healed. Make sure that they have almost rejuvenated themselves. Make sure that they've healed their toxic ways. So like I say, for whoever this is for, just make sure they've healed. But, you know, it is an optimistic card, so have some faith. You know, stay optimistic, but just make sure that your person has healed from it. You know, they have been doing the work on themselves, and they have realised that, you know, some of their behaviours were not right. Yeah. This, I think, some of you will involve family as well. So if this person hasn't healed, then the family are going to be very wary. Some family members are going to be wary. It could be your children, it even could just be friends or your community. But you might find to start with that the family are a little bit wary. A little bit wary of this. Yeah, especially about you maybe letting somebody back into the family home, I'm getting. So I'll just see what the best possible outcome is at the moment. yeah, I think what you're being told is stay vigilant, protect yourself, guard yourself, and stay vigilant. I do feel there is going to be somebody younger, or maybe a child, or somebody who doesn't always have your best, I don't know, not just your best interests at heart, but somebody who would probably have a lot to say about this. There is somebody else's energy, not yours, not your person's energy, somebody else who they might actually be quite protective of you. And I think this other energy that I'm getting, they would be quite sceptical. They will want your person, I feel, to really show that they've changed. So that's where the work comes in, and that I feel could be connected to the fact you'll meet up, have a positive conversation, and it's going to be over a period of time. You'll go back and then have another conversation, and then eventually you will rebuild this. So I hope that has helped somebody today, and thanks so much for watching. I read all your comments and your likes and your subscribes, and if you haven't subscribed already and you like this, hit the subscribe button, that would be brilliant. And again, if you do want a personal read, everything is in the description, the link to my website, and also there's a link to the free relationship report in there. Go check that out. Take care of yourselves, always look after yourself, and always put yourself first. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.